What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph! I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight! Okay, well, looks like we got a new band to the channel here. This comes as a request from Aaron T. Rocks and Nightwish. They both wanted to see me react to this band called Asterism with a tune called Rising Moon. Now, to the best of my knowledge, I've never heard this song before. I've never even heard of this band before. So this is, to the best of my knowledge, this is going to be a new one. Now, as always, if I start playing the song and I go, oh yeah, that sounds familiar, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. All right, so this was posted by Takuma Japan. Yeah, or Tokuma Japan. Yeah, Tokuma Japan. And the video has 109,732 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Asterism, Rising Moon. Okay. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Wait, before I even get started, hold on. Okay, homeboy's playing a 7-string bass. Props. You don't play, listen, you don't go and get a 7-string bass unless you can play it. So, I have one myself. It's a Conklin. I don't think this is a Conklin. I have no idea what that is. Actually, is that? Actually, it might be a Yamaha. I can't tell. I guess we'll find out. Hopefully we'll find out. Pause there. There is some great stuff happening here. Okay, started off with the drums, a little drum fill to kick us in, which was nice. Set the mood and tone for the song. Guitar player comes in with these pinch harmonics that are just squealing really well. Bass player comes in, and now we got into the full groove. Had some great unison lines between the guitar player and the bass player. But not too often. Every once in a while, they'll like, I would say about every, I don't know, I would say about every fourth measure. No, not necessarily every fourth measure. I think about every 8th measure, they played a little unison line, which was nice. Show that cohesiveness, which is nice. But what I'm really glad about is that they're not doing it too often. Sometimes, especially with a 3-piece, you do those unison lines and everything, the fullness of the song disappears. And you got this unison line, which is great, it's melodic, but there's nothing underneath it. There's no fullness. There's no bottom to it. It's just, it's unison line. And it's cool, but if it's overdone, the song becomes hollow, and we don't want that. They're not doing that, actually. So they are doing unison lines every once in a while, but not too often, which is fantastic. Let's keep going here. I can't speak for the entire band, but I finally figured out this guitar player. I'm sitting here racking my brain going, who does this guitar player's sound reminds me of? Not necessarily his playing style, but his sound, his tone. It reminds me of Nuno Betancourt from the second album from Extreme. He's getting a very, very similar tone. He's doing a lot of great technical stuff, too. It's some great tapping, but what I'm really impressed with more than anything is the chunkiness he's getting, but he's got that relaxed feel in the right hand, a very kind of, how should I say this? It's not stiff, it's not rigid, it's like when he strums, and he's getting those chords, it's just very fluid and very relaxed, but it's still edgy. It's got the chunkiness, it's got the fullness, it's got the thickness that I love, but it's got that relaxed feel to it, which gives it kind of a twanginess. Love it. I absolutely love it. I love everything this guitar player is doing. He's very technically proficient, obviously. Got some great tapping in there. It's kind of a combination between Nuno Betancourt and Steve Vai is the vibe I'm getting. The guy knows how to shred, obviously. I mean, look, everybody in the band knows how to play. I'm just focusing on the guitar player right now. So, great job. Let's keep going here. Oh, yes! Stop! 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 Gonna do that over again. Nope! I don't care! Hey! You can play that pig noise all you want. I don't care! We're going back because I, being a bass player, want to hear what this guy can do without having to worry about pausing in the middle of it. So we're gonna start that all over again. It is... Oh, I like where we pause right here. I can't tell the brand right there. But it is definitely a 7-string. There's no question about that. For those of you that have never played a 7-string, let me tell you, it is like playing a 2x6, not a 2x4, a 2x6. That neck is wide. It really is, man. One of these days, maybe I'll bust mine out and I'll show you just how wide it is, man. That thing is a beast to play. The only time I play my 7-string is when I'm in studio. I don't play it live. I don't like playing it live because it is such a beast. It really is. I would much rather play my 6s. Everyone's like, is there really that much of a difference between a 6-string and a 7-string when it comes to the neck? Yes. There is a huge difference. One of these days I'll bust mine out and I'll show you. I will show you. All right, let's hear what this kid can do on the bass. I'm really curious. I want to see. Nice. Okay, I gotta pause. We're gonna go back though. We're gonna go back. Nice. Okay. I'm gonna start with the drummer there. Great fill. Great little solo spot for him. And what I loved about it is he would fill, come back to the riff, fill, come back to the riff, fill, come back to the riff, fill, come back to the riff. He never let the riff get away from him. He never let the actual song get away from him. He never let his pattern that he was playing for the song get away from him and sacrifice it for the sake of doing this full-blown drum solo. His drum solo was a little subdued, which for a 3-piece like this, in a situation like this, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Trust me, there's going to be times and places where you're going to be able to show off your skills all you want. In a situation like this, not the time. I don't think it's the time. I think from the drummer standpoint, you got to stay with the song. You don't want to let the song get away from you. So nice job on the drummer. Bass playing, yeah, great solo. Using the C and F strings a lot on those. For the 7-string, it's just like a 6. You got your B, E, A, D, G, C, and then you have an F on top of it. When you're tuning a bass, everything is in perfect fourths, typically. Now, obviously, you can tune your bass however you want. But typical tuning, standard tuning for a 7-string bass is from the lowest string, B, E, A, D, G, C, F. Everything's in perfect fourths. So, yeah, he's doing his solo. He's all the way up on that C and F string pretty much the whole time, getting that good melodic tone. He did slide the neck up to the top. Now, at that point, he did move down to the G quite a bit, G and C, but he also was able to get to the F when he wanted to. Very intelligent soloing. Very tasteful soloing. Very melodically driven. Some great tapping work. I mean, really smooth tapping work. Yeah, this kid definitely knows what he's doing. This guy definitely knows how to play without question. The only thing I do question is this. I mean, I understand 2 heads. 2 heads, fine. 3? Really? That's overkill. I mean, you don't even need all of this. I mean, you could have this, or even this, and you'd be fine. That's a lot. I think that's just there for show, obviously. But yeah. I mean, it's all there for show. It's a music video, so it's not like they're actually playing through that for the sake of a recording. So, yeah, this is not live. This is a music video, so it's all overkill. But you know what? Nothing wrong with going over the top, I guess, for a music video. Why not? Why not? Why not? All right, let's keep going here. impressive. Very impressive.
Impressive. Most impressive.
Well, there you go, folks. That was Asterism with Rising Moon. This was a request from Aaron T. Rocks and Nightwish. Oh, boy. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm giving this a 9.2. Yep, 9.2. I feel great with that score. Let me tell you why. All right.
Why?
This was impressive. Not so much from a visual standpoint. I mean, it's a music video, okay? Music videos can be edited, they can be shot, you know, special effects, stuff like that, and it's cool and all. But from an audio standpoint, this was super impressive. All right, let's start with the drumming, okay? The drummer, super solid. I mean, first of all, I get the impression these are kids. They don't look that old. I mean, they look to be like, I don't know, 16s, you know, 15, 16 years old, maybe even younger. Super talented kids, my goodness. Okay, so drumming, super solid. Way to stay in the pocket, but at the same time, when it's time to fill, impressively, tastefully done fills. I mean, he's able to balance the technique and the flash with, at the same time, balance it with feels and I don't want to say subduedness because it wasn't subdued. When he did fill, it was impressive, but it wasn't. Okay, here's what it was. When he was doing his fills, his volume never increased. He was able to do the fills and he increased the volume just enough to be noticed, but it never got over the top. It never got too loud. It was so tastefully done from a dynamic standpoint. Just really well done, those fills. And at the same time, never losing track or losing sight of the pocket. He stayed, as soon as he was done with his fill, his fill would finish, shoot, right back into the pocket again without missing anything. Seamless. Very nicely done. I'm saving the bass player for the end. I'm sorry. I'm a bassist. I'm sorry. I'm going to do it. Guitar play. That guy can shred. Actually, the more I think about it, that's a girl, isn't it? Tell me if I'm wrong. I get the feeling that's a girl playing the guitar. Not that it matters. Guy or girl, it doesn't really matter. But I don't want to be sitting here calling a girl a guy by accident and saying he did this and he did that. I get the feeling that's a girl. So I'm going to go with that. She did a fantastic job. She did an outstanding job, man. Talk about some great chops and great technique. She has got all of them. And if she is a youngster, like I suspect she is, man, she has got... she has got a journey in front of her, boy. She really does. She is going to just do some amazing things with her playing as long as she sticks with it. Her tapping was great. Her chords were great. Her strumming was great. She had that laid-back, feathery feel within her pick when she was doing some of her solo work, which was nice. Just a nice, clean, sweeping attack on her pick work. And I love her tone. Like I said, her tone is very reminiscent of early Nuno Betancourt from like the second Extreme album, Pornography. It sounds, she's getting a very similar tone to that. I don't know if that was her intention, but it sounds very similar. And on top of that, she knows how to work a camera. Facial expressions, pointing at the camera. Now, obviously, you know, music videos are one thing. Doing that live is a whole nother thing. But I get the feeling she could do it live if she wanted to. I get the feeling that she could. Now, let's talk about that bass player, shall we? Yeah. Oh, man. That kid already, I don't say this very often, but that kid already can play circles around me. I want to talk to this kid. I want to take some lessons from him. His tapping, fantastic. But more than that, like, he's using, like, he's playing with his fingers, which I love the fact he's playing with his fingers and not a pick. The 2-finger strumming, no problem. 3-finger strumming, you know, I'm pretty good with that too. 4-finger strumming, I'm not very good with. I'll be honest with you, I'm not very good at that. This kid made that seem seamless. That kid made 4-finger strumming absolutely look easy. I want to take lessons from him because I need to work on that. I really do. His tapping was impressive. More importantly than all of his technique, though, he knew when to play unison. He knew when to play and fill out the bottom. Very tasteful. He knows where and when to play certain ways. And more that, to me personally, that's more impressive than technique. Okay, you can go and learn all the technique in the world that you want. You can, but if you take that technique and you abuse that technique, you're not going to be finding work very often, especially in the professional world. Like if you're a studio sessionist and you walk in and you're doing all this fancy stuff, hey, that's great, but word's going to get around that you're a hot dogger and no one's going to want to hire you unless it's for specifically niche-based hot dog, based bass playing gigs. They don't come around very often, folks. They don't. Usually they're looking for bass players who can sit in the pocket, who can read charts, who knows how to play with feeling and can play tastefully. So, this kid's already got a great head start. This whole band has already got a great head start. Kind of like The Warning. These guys have a bright future, and I can't wait to see where their journey is going to take them. So the 9.2, did it blow my mind? Yeah, it did. yeah, it did. Great job, guys. So, 9.2, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hopefully you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you did enjoy the show and you would like to see more videos like this, feel free to join the fan base by clicking on that button down there. Yeah, you know the button I'm talking about. Click on that button, join the fan base, and become one of us. Now, for whatever reason, if you don't feel like clicking on that button, that's okay. I still respect you. Also, if you did enjoy the video, please feel free to give the video a thumbs up. It will do me a world of good, and it will do you absolutely no harm whatsoever. Finally, if you guys do join the fan base, you will find a bell down there that you can click on. By clicking on that bell, it will keep you up to date on everything happening with this channel, including when new content gets dropped. So, if you want to stay in the know, click on the bell, and you'll stay in the know. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Until next time, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.